And you're welcome. Now, for another form of art, we have our book chat segment right now. And with me is Adeyinka Adebiyi. He's here to talk about his book, Essentials of Safety and Health, a handbook on public safety for all households. You are welcome here, sir, Mr. Adeyinka.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Good to have you here. Now, I've been through your book, and I think it's a very special one. First of all, I wanted to ask why you felt the need to put together such a manual.
Yeah, first and foremost, I have passion for safety. That is one. And secondly, there's scarcity of safety, books on safety and health. But those that are available essentially are for occupational safety, workplace safety.
Exactly.
But this is essentially for public safety.
Public safety, because I've been through...
Yeah, public safety where, we talk about home safety, traffic transport, inland waterways transportation, office safety and ergonomics. Also talk about the event center safety.
Yeah, and looking at your book, that's exactly what all 10 chapters are about. Different safety measures that need to be put in different scenarios, different places. One thing about this that I found very curious is that you felt the need to also talk about home safety. Now, when we're at home, we feel the safest. We actually don't think that there's any more safety-ness, permit me to use a word like that, that we need to go about doing. But you stated that we have plenty to look out for. Elaborate on that for a bit.
So there are a lot of hazards at home. In fact, if your home is not safe, it's not likely you can get to office.
True.
Because accident will have happened at home in the first place.
Very true.
Let's look at the kitchen, for instance. That is where most of these hazards are. For instance, where do you place your gas bottle? See, most people put their gas bottle in the kitchen, whereas it is supposed to be placed outside the kitchen, where you have to pass the liquefied petroleum gas from the outside to the burner inside the kitchen. And again, we always make this mistake. And I want to correct this now. Whenever you want to go to the kitchen, waking up in the morning, you lose your sense of smell. Really? Yes. You need to tarry a while for at least 10 to 15 minutes before you go to the kitchen. Because if you don't do that, there might be leakage of gas, and to perceive it might be difficult. Therefore, you need to tarry a while for 10 to 15 minutes there, and then
senses
you
are
can
regathered.
You can. Another thing is, the knob of your gas, gas cooker. Okay. You need to put it on, gradually. Not just all at once. Yes. And secondly, don't forget that even outside the kitchen where you have the gas bottle, you need to put it off also there. You need to shut it off. Yeah,
so most households actually don't. It
is wrong.
Because there's so much work going around to go put it off.
Because gas retains inside the pipe.
Oh, wow.
So even if you're not cooking, at that very point in time, gas remains in the what? In the pipe. Therefore, you need to put it off here and again put it off at the cylinder. Very interesting factor. Let's talk about office safety. Let's talk about ergonomics, something that employers actually need. In fact, I think this entire book, Essential Safety and Health, should be something that every HR department should have in offices. Very, very important. The details in there can be very helpful. Office ergonomics, do employers actually consider the ergonomics of their environment and how this applies to the safety of their employees? In Nigeria, it's not something that we give most thought to, is it?
Thank
God for Lagos State. Lagos State is the only state, as I speak, that has, a safety commission in place. No any other state in Nigeria, in fact, in sub-Saharan Africa, has, safety outfit. And the government of Lagos State has tried to ensure that all workplaces, including offices, are safe. And that is why the commission has the mandate to visit all workplaces in Lagos State, including offices, and ensure that all workers, imbibe the culture of safety. Let me give an example in the office. Your workstation, your table, your chair, and the surrounding of your workstation needed to be ergonomically compliant. The chair that you are sitting upon has to be a type that can be swiveled, so that you don't, bend unnecessarily, where you can, have, a dislocation, for instance. And two, while sitting on a chair, you need to, have your back rests on the, at the back of the chair. You don't have to slouch.
Okay.
Okay. Then, cables all over the place.
These are things to consider, yes, but how many employers or rather employees to be will consider that when they've been looking for jobs for 6 months? Oh, guys, my table round-edged or flat edge and all this as the word. Everybody just takes a job like that, but it is something employers should actually consider. Now we live in a time of heightened safety when it comes to our health. This is also Dirty December. I don't know if you understand the, that young people use these days. And everybody wants to go out there, have fun, come back home. What should we consider as we attend events when it comes to safety? You all have a chapter here, an entire chapter 9, health and safety at event places.
Yeah.
So considering the pandemic and all, what more should we think about?
Like I said earlier, Lagos State Commission is one outfit that has done quite a lot, as regards safety in event places. You recall that, before you can even undergo any event in Lagos State, you need to come around and take a permit from Lagos State Commission. Okay, that permit ensures that if, for instance, an event center takes in 1,000 guests, it will be reduced to about, 3/4.
Okay.
And this will ensure that you don't spread, COVID-19.
Virus, yes.
Not only that, we have safety marshals in place who ensures that before you enter, the event center proper, you have to be checked with the infrared,
temperature
and
devices.
you have to, also wear your...
well, Mr. Adeyinka Adebi, this is a very interesting book, The Essentials of Safety and Health. It is a handbook on public safety for all households that everybody should have. It's not just about written words, it's also very well illustrated. So thank you very much for putting together such a manual, is what I call it. And I hope to see this in every office, every household, and everybody take samples from whatever and everything that is in here. Thank you once again.
It's my pleasure.